Hello and welcome back. It's night 14 of Premier League Darts in 2025 and it's Leeds, of course, and we've just seen a brilliant battle between Luke Littler and Nathan Aspinall, where Aspinall did have his chances and wasn't able to take them towards the end. So Littler goes through to the semi-finals and will be playing against Gerwyn Price. That comes a little bit later. We've got two more matches in the quarterfinals to go. I'm Paul the Asset Nicholson alongside Mark Wilson. Interesting match that was, Wills, because in the early stages, Aspinall could barely miss a double, and then he couldn't hit one towards the end.
Yeah, that miserable run against Littler goes on, doesn't it? And until he starts beating him on a more regular basis, that is going to be a stick that people are going to beat him with, and you wonder if that is a hammer blow now. It really does set up. He plays Michael van Gerwen next week. It's must win now, that, for Aspinall. He knows the task in front of him. If he doesn't beat van Gerwen next week, then he's in big trouble.
Yeah, Humphries could do Nathan a huge favour tonight, because imagine the dynamic going to Aberdeen. If Nathan walks away from tonight negative, which he probably will, he'll try and reset over the next few days, but he will keep an eagle eye on what happens in the next game, because if Humphries can beat MVG and keep the gap between those two players at 1 point, whoever wins that first game in Aberdeen next week will lead. It's as simple as that. It will be monstrous. Aspinall and Humphries are very good friends, and he would dearly love the man who supports Leeds United to do him that huge favour. MVG is somehow in the top four. I'm still trying to figure it out. It's been good accumulation of winning quarterfinals in this campaign, but he's made 2 finals, no wins. This is unequivocally the worst campaign of his Premier League career to date, but he's still in the running.
Until you knock him out, he's still a chance to win it, isn't he? And van Gerwen, look, he'll be looking at that now. And you imagine psychologically, if Nathan Aspinall had won the last game, Michael van Gerwen drops out of the top 4, and all of a sudden the pressure's on him. Now, I won't say it's a free hit, but he gets a win, like you said. He moves 3 points clear of Aspinall, and really now it would be looking up rather than over his shoulder. But big game, Humphries has made 3 finals in the last 6 weeks, but hasn't won any of them. He's not added, has he? He won 2 of the first 4 weeks. He's not won since, so I just feel there's a little bit of pressure around Luke Humphries, and whether he'll thrive on that in front of this big crowd at Leeds, who will be pretty much unanimously on his side, it's very much going to be a home advantage. Yeah,
he hasn't won since Exeter in week 4, and I know he got off to a cracking start by winning Belfast in week 1, but those 3 finals that he lost to Littler in Newcastle 6-1, that wasn't close. When he came to a little bit later on in week 10 in Manchester, he lost to Nathan Aspinall, who was inspired that night, and then he lost to Price in Liverpool, who was in tremendous form that night. But it's good accumulation in a really strange season for Humphries, because on the floor on the European Tour, he's not winning there. He hasn't actually won since the PDC World Masters in January, where he was fabulous against Johnny Clayton. So this is the time of year where Humphries will want to peak at a good time. This is a good time to peak. He lost in the last 16 of the European Darts Grand Prix on Sunday to Michael Smith, but that was a cracker of a game. So maybe that game, the way it was, it would set him up really well for a game with MVG tonight.
Yeah, quite possibly. Luke Humphries very much got the better of van Gerwen in last year's Premier League, but they've met 3 times this year. It's 2-1, isn't it, to Luke Humphries? They met in week 1, week 7 and in week 12. But just recently, I mean, their head-to-head record is 15-all, but you look at it over the last couple of years, it's a Humphries-dominated, isn't it, record now?
Yes, it is. I looked a little bit deeper into this earlier on today, and from Premier League week 5 in 2024 to the end of the World Match Play final, I mean, that's a fairly long time. That's 4 months. 8 games, 8 wins for Humphries. And I don't think anybody's done that to Michael van Gerwen in his career. Never mind the hot spell, which was between, say, 2012 and 2021. But this is an intriguing game, and Michael van Gerwen knows how important this is.
Yeah, certainly does.
Joining us live in the minute, joining us around the world. It's time to meet the players. He's the winner of 158 PDC titles worldwide, a 7-time Premier League champion, and a 3-time champion of the world.
wondered there for a moment if Michael Van Gerwen was a little bit hesitant to what kind of reception he was going to get. Look, he's taking on the home favourite, but he's getting a rapturous reception from Leeds.
Michael's very popular wherever he goes. He's always very good with the people because he understood the responsibility of being a world number one for 7 straight years. He still carries that responsibility as maybe the most recognisable darts player on the planet. You can't miss him when he's wearing this shade of green. But as he graces the stage right now, he is being welcomed to Leeds. It's not his first rodeo here either. He's got a pretty good record in this building. He's played 12 games and won 9 of them. And in 2015, when he played here against Kim Ibrecht, he did have an average nearly 108 plus. He might need it again tonight.
They will do.
Ladies and gentlemen, time to welcome the world number one.
Why are they playing that song, Mark? Of all the songs to play in Leeds, that's probably not the right thing to play.
They're not bothered.
Leeds didn't fall apart again.
They did not. They marched on to victory. Here is Luke Humphries with his Leeds United coloured shirt on. Well, it says Premier League Leeds on the back of his shirt, and it will be Premier League Leeds in the football come August. But it's always a big night. He is a big Leeds United fan. He's shared in the ups and downs of Leeds, and they're hoping to put on a show for his home fans, if you like, as Dad's there with him, gives him a big hug as he goes onto the stage. Big game this. Is Humphries about to get back to winning ways in the Premier League? Or Michael Van Gerwen pick up a first nightly crowd. If he's going to do it, it's going to have to beat Fulham on home soil and Leeds.
Just a shade over 12 months ago, they did meet in Leeds. It was in a final, and Humphries won 6 legs to 5, averaging 99.99. Really apt, because he really did put the flake in that night. What a night it was. He has played in Leeds 3 times, he has won 3 times, and he has his personal best average in this incredible arena in his first ever game. So if he's got some nerves coming back to Leeds tonight, I don't think he's showing them, and he will not feel mercy for Van Gerwen at all.
Michael Van Gerwen just politely waiting for the Humphries walk-on to end. He gets it, Michael, doesn't he? He knows what it's all about, the hype. So many times he's won the Premier League, and that's why he's a threat. If he's in the Final 4, it was Humphries who ended his campaign last year. He won't have forgotten about that either.
Not at all. Dart players have got incredible memories. So if somebody hurts you, you bide your time and you wait to get them back. But Humphries is wearing that wonderful Leeds United coloured shirt tonight, 30 years of age now, and he isn't out of the woods yet. He's in second position, but he's susceptible in this table if he has a bad finish to this Premier League.
He is, and that's the thing. Yeah, look, he's sitting pretty on 26 points, but Gerwyn Price has closed the gap on him tonight with that win over Rob Cross, and if Van Gerwen was to go on and win the night, he would move within 1 point. So, yes, there's a lot's got to happen for Humphries not to be in, but it could still happen. I think Luke Humphries has been outdone in the Leeds United shirt by Gerwyn Price, by the way. I thought that was an immaculate looking shirt earlier on.
Yeah, you were talking about that a little bit earlier, and I have to agree. I think that Gezi Price shirt is elite. It's right up there with Nathan Aspinall's Berlin shirt from last year, which whoever's got that, I'll give you a few quid for it. Honestly, it was stunning.
No nonsense for Mighty Mike. It's the green and black for him.
3 darts in, and already Van Gerwen has signalled he can feel a draft. Whenever he does this with his hand, he waves it left and right. Either he's very displeased or there's a draft. So it'll be interesting to see how his darts behave in this game.
Well, we've not seen anyone else complaining. Bit of sweat on the brow of Michael Van Gerwen. Race to 6. Winner of this one will take on the winner of Bunting against Dobey. Last quarter-final in Leeds tonight.
Yeah, that one's going to be a fascinating game because both players realistically looking at the exit door from this Premier League already, and they've both played in Leeds once before. Oh, now Humphries is signalling the same with the old tornado finger, saying, oh, it's a bit breezy.
Well, that is the problem when they play in such huge venues, and the arena in Leeds is a huge venue. Something they're going to have to get on with. I know it was a problem in Rotterdam, wasn't it, earlier in the campaign?
I know Matt Porter was talking to various YouTube sites about that very issue, and Matt Porter, the CEO of the PDC, does a fabulous job in explaining things, and they're constantly working with the venue on that. With 70 points for Humphries, he's got treble 18. He's missed double 8. He thought it was in initially. Third dart goes wide to the right by a centimetre. So Van Gerwen on 145, starting downstairs. Interesting. He doesn't usually do that, Mark.
Well, he didn't find a treble anyway, so Humphries back for double 4. Green bit right in the middle, and Humphries holds and takes out the opening leg. Race to 6. Humphries leads 1-0.
Humphries is having so much fun on this stage right now. He's having to actively stop smiling. It's like it's Christmas Day for him, and he's only allowed to wear Leeds colours once a year, and this is that night. There's only one way to make himself feel even better, and that's obviously beat Van Gerwen, go through either Dobey or Bunting, and have a crack at whoever's in the final.
134.
Yeah, look, without being disrespectful to Bunting and Dobey, whoever wins this game will feel they've got a genuine chance of winning the night. So Bunting and Dobey, who met in the final in Rotterdam, will have plenty to say about that. They've both had a nightly win, something Michael Van Gerwen hasn't had, but he has now had a 180.
Yeah, that 180 takes him down to 90 points. He's in a good position with Humphries back on 265, who started on the 19s with a treble, but as soon as he went into the small 7, that was no good. Bull for tops here for Van Gerwen, gets it in 2. Bit flashy, but when your opponent is north of 170 like Luke was, you can do what you want, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, it certainly is, and that was nicely put away by the mean green machine that is Michael Van Gerwen. He's looking now for another 3 treble visit. 139 for him, and Luke Humphries just adjusting some flights on the run here.
Yeah, I think he's just gone to a brand new set. This won't be a construct change, because Humphries has been playing with these particular flights his entire career, and he doesn't want to change, but they don't make them anymore. So when he eventually runs out, he's going to have to change.
Yeah, it's quite a bizarre situation, that, isn't it, really? You'd think that he would find somebody somewhere that could recreate those flights for him.
Yeah, they do make something quite similar, but they don't make them with the same materials. And honestly, if Luke Humphries wasn't a dart player, he should have been a surgeon, because he's that particular. Ton from Van Gerwen. Leaves him on 162, and why does he keep doing this at the minute? He's driving me and the entire darting world up the wall with leaving so many bogey numbers.
Well, Humphries is on a finish of 142. Van Gerwen, well, he's on a finish now, 161. 21 hit with 2, only 40. That is a poor visit.
Poor 6 darts for me to leave 122. Humphries on 142. Got the first 60, but has to settle for a 110 approach to lead double 16. That treble 10 was a good dart. How's this 122 for Van Gerwen? Needs it for a 2-1 lead, and he doesn't get enough 18s for a shot at the ball.
Well, 90 scored. He too is on double 16, but it's Humphries first in for a 2-1 lead. And Humphries polishes off the double 16 at the first time of asking.
I'm going to start asking the question, why is Michael Van Gerwen leaving so many bogey numbers this season? Is he got some new genius plan that we don't know about yet? Has he been cultivating something in the MVG lab, saying, I can figure this game out slightly differently than everybody else? And if he can, fair play. But from what we know, he's making mistakes.
Yeah, I'm in the mistake category there. An oversight, maybe.
He is a forward thinker when it comes to counting. Has been for 20 years. So for him to all of a sudden start leaving things like 162, I am baffled. Well, it's 262 for Humphries, 346 for Van Gerwen, and that's one of those numbers that you can't leave a finish with a maximum.
Well, he switched to the 18s route and hits 2 trebles. Luke Humphries, nice visit, gets him down to 134. Van Gerwen on 286. Single 19, single 20, and another one crowbarred right on the wire. So no pressure here on Humphries at the moment.
Yeah, doesn't have to do anything fiddly here. He has got a treble 20 though. Went for the treble 14 and got a big 11. So 63 left. And then he goes low again and hits a big 6. But all is well. He's on 57. If he gets it when he comes back, he'll be 3-1 up.
95.
Yeah. 132 for Van Gerwen. Unless 17 tops doesn't go. Double 10. And a breaker throw, the first of the match, and Luke Humphries leads 3-1.
Yeah, very well done, Luke. Taking out that 57 on double 10 for a 3-1 lead. And you don't want to give Michael Van Gerwen a shot at 1-3-2 in the Premier League. Just ask Philip Taylor, who saw him hit it when Michael won his first of 7 Premier Leagues.
7 Premier League wins, 2 runners-up spots. Got a pretty good record, Michael Van Gerwen, in this competition.
It's not bad. Well, this is his 13th Premier League. Could it be considered as a little bit unlucky for him? He won't look at it like that. He doesn't care about things like the number 13 or unlucky signs. He's having a good leg here. Is Luke Humphries, leaving 221 after 6. Van Gerwen's back on 312. It's another 140 with... My word, how many angles did he have with that 140?
Last start was sensational. Van Gerwen can't leave a finish despite the 140, so Humphries for an 11 dart leg is looking at 81. Oh, right in the middle of the treble 19. Inside double 12. Oh, way inside double 6. That was a poor dart.
Yeah, that was a bad one. Nobody wants to be lumbered on the trapdoor double of double 3. Van Gerwen gets a last dart treble 19 to leave himself on 76. Humphries on double 3. Misses it just low. Can he get past it? He does, but it's a little too high. So he decides to bust it, and Van Gerwen gets a lifeline on 76 for a break throw.
Treble 20 for double 8. Double 4, massive dart for Mighty Mike, and he breaks back, but Humphries will be absolutely kicking himself. He was on a double after 10 darts, and he doesn't win the leg.
Yeah, Luke Humphries right now thinking that is a leg that got away. He's feeling like Yogi Bear right now. And that picnic basket that was so close has just been half-inched. 67% on the doubles. 3-2 down is Van Gerwen. He's got to cause a little bit more havoc in the scoring stakes here. He's got to get more chances.
Yeah, well, he's still in it by hook or by crook.
57.
Both players averaging early 90s at the moment.
Seems to be the norm for the night, doesn't it? We're not getting the massive averages just yet, but that 92 to 95 range seems to be the sweet spot this evening.
As I said to Mace earlier, there's scoreboard pressure on here, and I'm not talking about the scoreboard on the hockey, I'm on about the league table. It is adding pressure. Now it's all about winning. Doesn't matter what it looks like now.
You know what they should do on the monitors in Leeds? They should have the table on the monitors and then have people moving if they win certain amounts of legs. That would be fun.
Yeah, well, it might get to that in the next couple of weeks. You'll hear it all live on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, talkSPORT 2 and talkSPORT across the next few weeks as well. 1-3-2 for Van Gerwen, 2-4-8 Humphries, and Van Gerwen should take out the 1-3-2 and level up the match.
Like we said, it won him his first Premier League to beat Phil Taylor 10-8. There's the 25, doesn't get the 57, he's just a little bit low on that one.
64.
So has to settle for 68 after that visit. 1-1-4 for Humphries, small 20. Doesn't get the treble 18. So this one could be tied at 3-3 the way it was in our previous match.
Yeah, could be. 68 he needs. So single 20 will leave 16 for the double for level game. And Michael Van Gerwen lets out a Gerwyn Price style roar as he reels off back-to-back legs, and we're all level at 3 in a race to 6.
This is getting really interesting now. Humphries has never lost in Leeds, albeit this is only his second time playing under this roof. But 3 wins from 3 last year. And coming back here tonight with a smile on his face, he was thinking, I'm going to make it 6 from 6.
Yeah, well, he may yet do that, but he's having it all his own way, although his scoring once again is good. Just wonder how crucial those 4 missed starts in leg 5. He could have been 4-1 up.
Do you know what, Wills? I've just had this brainwave. It's a great shirt that Humphries has got on tonight, but it doesn't look like he plays so much for Leeds. He plays more for Parma in Italy.
Yeah, I can go with that. Yeah, like I said, I think he's been top trumped by Gerwyn Price in the Leeds United shirt. Oh, 60 on the floor for Mighty Mike. That could be costly. That would have left him on a finish.
Yeah, could have left himself on 145 again, but Humphries on 226. Sympathetic? Absolutely not. Hits a max to leave 46, and that 60 on the floor could be catastrophic for Michael.
Yeah, because despite the fact Van Gerwen has reeled off back-to-back legs, he still needs a break of throw if he's going to win the match.
41.
Only 41 scored there. He's on 164, so 46 then. Double 16 for 4-3, double 8 for 4-3.
They're going for each other now. It's not personal, this game. They've played each other 30 times before. It's 15-15. They know each other's intricacies and tendencies. And they've had some incredible battles, like the semi-finals of the 2021 UK Open, which pretty much launched Humphries into another stratosphere.
Yeah, 140 Van Gerwen, he's down to 227, Humphries on 376. We did mention that recent record. We mentioned last year that Van Gerwen knocked out the Premier League by Humphries. Humphries, who smashed him in a Euro Tour final in Munich 8-1 and embarrassed him that night. So there have been a few beatings going the way of the Green Machine of late.
Absolutely. 130 left for Michael and a 4-3 deficit. And that's 20 on the floor for Humphries, so it's his turn to stay outside the finishing zone on 220. Michael on 130, small 20 there, and he decides to lay up. That's really good. Treble 18 followed by the single 16 leaves tops. That was really, really key.
Was 95 scored, 125 left. So Van Gerwen for a level match is tops. Right in the middle, he'll like that one. To be fair to Van Gerwen, when he's had chances, he's taken them. 4 of 5, I think he is on the outer ring at the moment.
4 out of 5 he is. But another maximum from the world number 1. He's put Van Gerwen back on the back foot. And there's an intensity about the stare at the ball tonight from Humphries, as if to say, this is my home game. You're on my turf now. You're not in Rotterdam anymore.
This has got the potential to go all the way. 60 points the difference. Humphries at the hockey. Knock another 60. Knock another 60. 140 gets him down to 104.
He's throwing those darts very, very hard now. It's as if he's giving the darts no choice but to hit the treble. 58 from Van Gerwen only leaves 246. So Humphries has got plenty here from 104. He might just need the 3. Double 16. Missed after 4 18s were found. He's visibly upset at not taking the leg right there, but he can still get it.
Yeah, he should do. 86 scored, Van Gerwen leaves him 160. Humphries for 5-4. 5-4 it is. And Van Gerwen now is throwing to stay in the night in Leeds.
If Humphries wins this game and Van Gerwen is out of the building in the next 20 minutes, it will be all focus on Aberdeen for next Thursday, which is an incredible city for Van Gerwen. But Michael started this leg with a 180. Humphries has backed him up with 1, and Van Gerwen's on a 9. He's not anymore. It's only 5 perfect darts, but it's still a brilliant effort.
That was a great dive, just got deflected out, and Humphries can't go with it. Only 58, so advantage Van Gerwen, 181, and Humphries will be remembering last week he was 5-3 up to Gerwyn Price and got beaten.
43.
Poor last start from Van Gerwen. He'll be annoyed at that. He's on a finish of 138.
He is annoyed. Humphries from 263's got to be really crafty. That's crafty enough. 619s to leave 129. 138 for Michael. 157. Doesn't get the second. He goes to the 10s and gets a single, so it's match point Humphries to win 6-4.
129 needed. He's hit the treble. Oh, he's gone for the double-double, and he hit double 19 and double 18, and he wired it for the match. Van Gerwen back for 52.
Humphries can't believe he's just missed that. 52 for Van Gerwen, 20, misses double 16 to the right, double 8 missed to the left. And it's match point Humphries again for 4 straight wins in Leeds to put Van Gerwen on the shelf. He hits double 18 with his first shot, and that's by far the best game of the night so far. They went head to head. Van Gerwen is disappointed, obviously, but his position in 4th in the table now is very, very susceptible for the rest of Leeds. Humphries needed those 2 points to create comfort in the top 2, and he's got it.
He's a relieved man, Luke Humphries. He punches the air. He is 4 from 4 in West Yorkshire in the Premier League. And when it comes to the Darts Premier League, the last thing you want is an online mishap thrown off your game. Threat Protection Pro helps you dodge bogus sites, and with Dartweb Monitor, you'll get a heads up if your personal info starts circulating in the online equivalent of the madhouse. Go to nordvpn.com/dartsvpn and get 2 years plus 4 months free and a birthday deal as well. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. We know our first semi-final will see Gerwyn Price take on the defending champion Luke Littler. Luke Humphries is also through, but who will he face off? Will it be Stephen Bunting or Chris Dobey? We'll find out. They meet next on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel.